how growing up with a distant, emotionally and dismissive mother affected my relationship with friends, especially females. Until today, I never really thought about it that it's somehow connected. And I wanted to say thank you so much for the great question to San Halo Sonia, because until you asked, I didn't even know that this is really like I didn't really ponder about it. Like now I thought about it all day. I was thinking that for me it's a moment of realization that this is because that's actually how why I can't really connect, or why I'm afraid of building a I'm really, it's not that I don't want to, but basically I really long for connection. I really long for strong friendship, especially with females. I long for this belly laughs, exchanging ideas together, doing something together, and have this closeness. But I wasn't able to have that, um, because I am scared that if I'm gonna open up and they will either dismiss it, or if somebody will laugh at the things that is really important for me, or somebody's just going to just ignore it, as it will reopen something that is from my childhood, as for example, really hurting wound that is how was I was growing up with my mother. And this is, it just feels so unsafe, like, and now I'm talking about it, and man, this is sad, like this is so sad, but I am actually happy that this is in our awareness, that we think about it, that we know about it, because this is the first step to actually fixing it, to actually processing and working on it. So for me, I do have friends that I connect with and I talk to, which is very important. I do cherish them. It's not every day, but we do have sometimes that we do talk. I can talk with some people. We don't talk for a long period of time, but then we connect back and we talk for a long time. We can I whatever, we share our lives and we share our ideas, and I feel very safe with. There's some people that I made when I was a childhood, like when I was a child in childhood. Some people that I met that in adult life, and a lot of times it's basically just testing the waters and seeing if most of the time it was, if I saw that the person was safe enough, and if the person was uh true, like if the person wasn't faking, if the person was talking about deep things, if the person was vulnerable with me, if was not afraid to be vulnerable with me. So that was the first thing that I was basically, what for me made it safe enough for me to open up as well and to be vulnerable to. And then after that, there was obviously it is, as a child, I feel like I was very sensitive as a child, and I don't think my mother knew it, and I don't think, and on top of that, she was also emotionally not as available. Plus, being sensitive child and having mother that is completely like emotionally unaware of I'm not saying she was really bad, but it's just it's a sad place to kind of live. Like I grew up like having this knowledge that I'm not really someone, like no one really wants to be friends with me. Like I in school, basically I couldn't really make great friends, unless they were opening up to me, unless they were the first giving some steps, unless they were persistent enough. I internalized it. I never really speak up. I never really never really expressed myself unless I felt safe, unless that was with somebody that is a really good friend, or somebody I thought that I was a good friend. Then I did express myself. Like even until today, I don't express myself. I feel like it's unsafe. I don't show up as myself, even though I'm not this shy person. I'm not this shy lady. I'm not just this silent person that always just doesn't have anything to say. I have lots to say. I have a like a wild side of me. I have this fun side of me, and that's I'm kind of missing that. I can't offer this to somebody else because I'm too afraid, and because I'm too scared that somebody's gonna reject it. And I feel like this is something to also, for me to, something that I have to work with, because unless I am ready to be rejected, then I don't think I'm able to actually connect with anybody else. I'm able to find that kind of a person who I'll be myself with. And it does starts with myself, obviously. It helps that I go to therapy, and helps to kind of talk to the person who doesn't have any judgmentalness towards me, and have sort of a best interest of heart, best in my interest of, like, what's the word, have the best interest for me. So I can sense it, and I can feel it, and it's easier to open up and talk about those kind of things. So this is going to be definitely something else, something different, something other thing that I'm going to bring up to my therapist, and I'm going to talk about, because that was a great question. I haven't realized that this is affecting me as well, because I do feel lonely, even though I do have some friends and acquaintances. I have mom friends, then we do connect over kids, over mom's life, marriage. I do have friends that are great people, great friends, but I can't go deeper than that, and it just saddens me. Like, I can't go through life that I just a surface level conversations. I can't just be just mom or just wife who just do chores, for example, who just provides, just do like a service. Like, I'm such so much more than that. And I feel like this is why the friendships are really important, and then why healing this mother trauma, mother wound is really important, because I do want to have those relationship, even though some people just can't give it to me. For example, I know that my husband, for example, he's a great person, but it just doesn't, it's, I can't talk somehow, but I see, I see it, and I can sense it. It's just, it doesn't go deeper than I don't know, like, than what he can understand or perceive. Maybe there's a more of a, if there's especially when there's a problems or something negative, or there's a something that is bothering me, that doesn't go anywhere, like, at all. Like, it's just gets, it just gets ugly, and it just gets into the arguments. And that's why I gave up completely to talk about it. Like, I have to figure out for myself how to give it to myself, I guess, which is probably something that I should have done before coming to anybody else. So yes, this is how it affects my friendship with females. That I obviously, I do have friends, and I do have some acquaintances, and I have good friends, but it's always, a lot of times it feels like I do want to surround myself with people. I do want to surround with all these friendships and stuff, but it's just, it's really hard to open up. It's really hard for me to be myself, because it's feels like it's unsafe, because I feel like I'm afraid of being ridiculed, and I'm really closed off. And I have to work on that as well. I have to work on that. So that's pretty much it. So thank you so much again. God bless.